Developed by the same team as Silent Hill 2, Team Silent, built from scratch with a new game development engine. Influenced by horror fables such as Jacob's Ladder and Stephen King's novels, it's a true sequel to the first Silent Hill game. Released in the year 2003, it's Silent Hill 3. Silent Hill 3 is an action survival horror game with emphasis on rationing health packs and ammunition. Solve puzzles to unlock items to progress further, with attention on exploration as we explore the town of Silent Hill. So get used to using the map. Luckily there is not much backtracking, it's more of a linear progression. Story-wise is where Silent Hill exceeds. In layman's terms, 17 years after the first Silent Hill on the PlayStation 1, we now follow the story with Harry and his daughter, Heather. Harry basically rescued Heather from a cult in Silent Hill. This cult thinks Heather is God, but they're a bit pissed off when Harry took her away.
Dad, I'm home. Listen, something really crazy's going on. I think we should... Dad? Dad?
This cult kills Harry, and Heather sets off to find out about her past, and the story begins. The ending is somewhat open as Silent Hill 3 has multiple endings. What I like about the game, well, it's story-driven gaming. It's not something I usually go for, but Silent Hill offers top-notch story, teasing the player to play more to unravel more and more of the story. It keeps the player progressing. I love the fact we can use a katana as a weapon. More games need a katana as a weapon, it's flipping great. Graphically, this game is ahead of its time, with dynamic lighting on objects and characters. It really brings the objects to life. The game has a film grain look, which was not well received in Silent Hill 2, but now you could turn it off. You could turn off the grain in the options menu. Further, I really like the voice acting in the game, they all have character and personality. You can see that Konami at the time really spent a lot of the budget in the production of this game, so it has a very high production value.
Feeling sick?
My head's pounding, like the worst hangover ever.
Atmosphere is what sets Silent Hill apart from most horror games. It has a highly immersive universe. Monsters are more difficult than Silent Hill 2, and there is less ammunition, so you'll be picking which battles you get into. This is what I would classify as a true survival horror game. Silent Hill 3 has 3 multiple endings, so if playing the same game again and again is your cup of tea, then Silent Hill 3 would have some replayability for you. Once you beat the game, the player is rewarded with extra difficulties, costumes and weapons. That's quite handy considering we get a flamethrower and some submachine guns with infinite bullets. I like psychological unsettling events rather than cheap jump scares, and this game has it. It doesn't go for the cheap jump scares which are found in other horror games. It goes for atmosphere and psychological bizarreness to the extreme. And it's kind of adds to the twisted feel of the Silent Hill universe. The menu screen has improved in comparison to Silent Hill 2. Items are now categorized into 3 sections: items, weapons and supplies. It makes the whole inventory a lot more manageable and easy to go through. What I didn't like about the game, well, it took me 6 hours and 20 minutes to beat the game, and that's including the cutscene. It may be a negative to some gamers, but I certainly don't mind, as I have plenty of games to play. The camera angle in the game isn't the best. Sometimes it would hinder the gameplay. Fighting in tight corridors is painful, but this is to be expected. Even in real life, if you're swinging a katana in a tight corridor, you're gonna hit some walls. So this game does have that, but you really have to ration your bullets, so you're in a dilemma. Do you use the katana or do you use the knife? Do you use the gun? Maybe you can't swing it. But there's a lot of tight spots and sometimes it does make it difficult to fight. You might think I would put tank controls under a negative. Well, to be honest, I prefer horror games with tank controls. However, some gamers might not like tank controls. I found Heather as a character not relatable. And she's a bit annoying if I'm honest. A teenager with an identity crisis. What's new? The protagonist's head movement isn't really clear and obvious, as head movements indicate to the player where items are. This made it quite difficult for me to find out where the next set of bullets are. You know, in Silent Hill 2 I was depending on the head movements to tell me where the items were. Some of the musical tracks in the games do not fit the mood. I know it's a matter of opinion and it's all subjective, but have a listen. I guess you have to be an emo to really appreciate these soundtracks.
Lie? What lie?
That Heather was kidnapped. I'll never find out. Sorry.
To summarize, Silent Hill 3 plays it safe. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Expectations after Silent Hill 2 was very high. Silent Hill 3 follows its predecessor's formula, which is a good thing. Game has an amazing atmosphere, which would have the player immersed in the Silent Hill world. Unfortunately, the game is short. I played handheld Castlevania games which lasted me longer. I would highly recommend this horror game to fans, but I'm not sure if the average Joe would be into this game. But if you're the average Joe, you wouldn't be watching this review now, would you? Gameplay is not what drove me to beat this game, nor the fun factor. It was the story. If you want to get yourself lost in a world, similar to a novel, and escape the daily struggles of life and work, well, maybe Silent Hill 3 is the game for you. Anyways guys, as always, it's been a pleasure and I want to thank you for watching and supporting my channel. Peace.